Hello, people. I'm Wesley, your host, with my favorite little sidekick, Clementine. Oh, who's ready to celebrate? Who's a good girl? Are you ready to celebrate? Today's conversation is going to be a blast, because it's all about celebrating one win at a time. It's time for another Wesley Podcast online talk show episode thingy, brought to you by the good folks at Healthy West Orange. So here we go. On with the show. Of course, I'm joined by our producer, Luna.
Hello, Wesley, and hello, listeners. Ready to start a celebration?
Oh, you know I am. I'm always ready to start a celebration. I love to celebrate anything and everything. I'm like such a good time, Charlie.
You mean a good time, Wesley.
Yes, good time, Wesley. Celebrating is definitely my cup of tea. See, I'm celebrating right now with my super awesome making a podcast dance. Come on, Luna, dance, dance, dance.
I know you all can't see what is happening right now, but for a stick figure, he's got some sick moves. All right, Wesley, reel it in. We've got a guest waiting.
That's right. Then let's do this. I'm so ready to celebrate our returning guest today, Lee O'Donnell. She is the corporate manager for prevention and wellness at Orlando Health and has been a champion for helping people make the best choices each and every time toward a healthier future for years. So, with our favorite fancy fanfare, please welcome to the show, Lee O'Donnell.
Hey, Wesley. It's great to be back. I'm excited to talk about celebrating today.
I'm so excited too. Celebrating is totally my thing. Just ask Clementine. I even celebrate taking the trash out. Woohoo! Trash taking out time.
You're right, Wesley. Taking out the trash or making your bed, pizza day, sibling day, you name it, little or big, you have got to celebrate.
That's right. So first things first. Tell us why it's so important to celebrate.
Oh, gosh, what we celebrate and how we celebrate really vary from region to region and person to person. Mm-hmm. But it's so important to celebrate, and what remains universal, however, is the importance of celebration. Oh. Celebrating changes your physiology and strengthens your psychology. When you celebrate, you release those endorphins inside your body and you really feel great. When you accomplish something and don't take the time to celebrate, that's when you start robbing yourself of an important feeling, which really, that good feeling, it reinforces your success. Huh. There's also been a number of studies that have found that this approach really brings significant benefits, including improved physical health and better coping strategies. People who take time to reflect on and celebrate their successes are generally more optimistic. They take better care of themselves, and they tend to be less stressed.
Oh, okay. So what kinds of things should we celebrate?
Well, celebrations doesn't have to be reserved for the biggest events or holidays, because the majority of our days are spent doing common tasks, right? Like running errands or picking up the house, and we all need things to look forward to. I was working with a client once, and they were making all these small little changes in their life, and they felt like they really weren't accomplishing anything. And we sat down and reviewed it, and they were pretty surprised. And we said, the next time you accomplish something, I want you to celebrate. And they just kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? And I said, do a dance in the mirror. Give yourself a high five. Give yourself a thumbs up. Do something that's a celebration. Run through the house and high five anybody who's home, even if it's the dog. You just have to celebrate it at that point in time. And they kind of got it, and it started to become a lot of fun for them. Because, celebrations of all kinds give us the excitement to keep us moving through our daily lives. And we can even have a celebration for no reason at all. Just invite some friends over, spend a few hours laughing and building friendship. Those are kind of my favorite one.
Huh. Well, what are some healthy ways we can celebrate?
Well, let's face it. Food and drink are the most common ways that we celebrate. We buy cakes, we make special desserts or meals, or we meet up for drinks with friends. Most all celebrations are rooted in indulgence, almost as if we get a hall pass simply because we're celebrating. So, there are some non-food ways to celebrate. You can go for a walk with a friend and talk about the good things that are happening, or get up early and watch a sunrise, or stay out a little bit later and see the sunset, or get a massage. I have a friend who quit smoking many, many years ago, and I was very proud of her path because as she really started to cut down and kind of get it in control, she went out and she bought herself a purse she'd been looking at for years with all the money she had saved from not smoking. And then she went out for a really nice dinner because she learned that the food tastes better and it was a healthy dinner and she had a really nice time. So there are rewards along the way that she was able to work in.
Great. Well, how do you like to celebrate?
Oh, man, Wesley, I like to win. I like to celebrate my wins, and I like to celebrate them by sharing with others. Oprah once said, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate.
Oh.
So I share because my hopes are that my small wins might inspire others to try something new or start something they've been considering doing. And there is no shame in having pride in your accomplishments. Celebrating is not boastful, it's actually just celebratory. But more of a way of expressing self-love in confirming the importance of your accomplishment, no matter the size.
Oh. How important is it to have self-love and pride when claiming your win?
Well, by claiming pride in your accomplishment and showing self-love by celebrating your success, you're honoring your journey. If you don't take the time to acknowledge your success and to celebrate, you're really robbing yourself of important feelings that help reinforce your success and spur you on for more.
What can you do if you don't like keeping score? How do you know when you're winning?
If you don't like keeping score, don't keep score. But celebrating isn't about keeping score. By no means must you throw a party to celebrate. There are many psychological and physiological benefits in simply acknowledging your wins. Whether it's in a journal or with a close friend or family, you know you're winning with or without a scorecard.
That's a great point. Okay, so what are the top 3 things you want our listeners to remember when it comes to celebrating important personal wins?
Okay, top 3. Number 1. Celebration is necessary. It's a very important part of life. It adds excitement and a lot of fun, which is what I kind of live for. Number 2, celebrate in a way that is healthy for you. If the journey that you're on is a health journey, don't set yourself up with 3 steps forward and 2 steps back with your celebration. So choose something that is really healthy for you. Mm-hmm. And number 3, I think the most important is to celebrate the small stuff. The small stuff is the most important stuff after all. So really take time to celebrate that you did 6 loads of laundry yesterday.
Oh, that's great. Are you ready to have some celebration fun?
Sure.
Okay, it's time to play. 5 things we now know about our guest because they are here on our show. Anna worked really hard on coming up with the questions last night.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Luna, start the pre-celebration timer thing. First question. What's your go-to condiment in the fridge?
Sour cream.
Sour cream it is. Favorite wild animal?
Tigers.
I know. What language do you wish you could speak fluently?
It's not a spoken language. I wish I could speak sign language.
Oh, me too. If only I had hands. Name something you always keep in your glove compartment.
Insurance and registration, please. But no, seriously, Band-Aids, a bunch of Band-Aids.
That's a really helpful tip. And final question, what is your favorite celebration song?
I heard this song on the way over here today. Celebrate good times,
come on. Da-na-na-na-da-da-na-na. Well, great job. And thanks for sharing and thank you for playing. 5 things we now know about our guest because they are here on my show and I worked really hard to come up with these questions last night.
Thanks, Wesley. Thank you.
Lee O'Donnell from Orlando Health has been our guest today. talking with us about the importance of celebrating one win at a time on your journey to becoming a better you.
Thanks, Wesley. I had a blast today. Now don't forget, just go out and celebrate.
Sounds good to me. All right, Luna, we're ready for you. What have you got for us this week?
A question lots of students dread is, so what do you want to do with your life? Or even worse, what are your plans? God, plans? I don't even know what I'm eating for breakfast tomorrow. How am I supposed to know my plans? But I figured out that a lot of the time when people ask those well-meant questions, they just want you to talk about your dreams. And I have plenty of those. I mean, I'm a communications major, which is a super versatile major because everybody needs communication. Like, even if you're a hermit who grows tomatoes in the middle of the woods while writing poetry about owls or something, at some point, you're going to have to talk to the dude who sells the tomato plants. I went into this major with the goal of being a journalist, but every day I look at the news, I honestly just get more discouraged. Like, if I go into this field, am I going to be asked to spread lies or write articles that are just clickbaity? I want to tell true stories. So, I don't know. That's still on the table, I guess, but I don't really have to decide yet. I'm still in college. I have time. Right now, I honestly just need to focus on passing my classes, and right now, those plans are enough for me. So, what do you think? You can tweet at HWOWesley.
Well, that's the end of another show. Subscribe to our podcast if you liked it, and follow me on Twitter at HWOWesley. To learn more about becoming a healthier you, visit healthywestorange.org or connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. My thanks to our producer, Luna Martinez, for all her hard work. And to all our listeners out and about in healthy West Orange, thanks for letting us be part of your day. Make it a great one. I'm Wesley. Say goodbye, Clementine.